Let's talk about Uber drivers' wish list for 2026.
Okay, this is an article that just came out about a week before New Year's. Okay, I put a lot of time in this, so just go freaking read it to start with. And actually, I got a lot of emails. So when I do write an article, I put my email on the bottom. So I get a lot of instead of them commenting on the article, they send me emails, and a lot of people agreed with my resolution or my conclusions.
Mhm.
So as 2025 comes to a close, the rideshare world sits at a crossroads. Uber and Lyft have enjoyed. They definitely have, and that's why I did at about the same time. I did my petition. Right, we're up to I think like 2,000 signatures, still going. If you haven't signed it, please go sign it. Open letter to the CEOs of Uber and Lyft. Uber and Lyft have enjoyed strong stock performances, absolutely, rising profitability and renewed investor confidence. Meanwhile, drivers who keep the platforms moving continue to work through rising expenses, volatile pay, an ever-shifting set of incentives and algorithms. In 2026, is 2026 going to be the year where drivers feel respected, valued, and fairly compensated? The platforms must start listening to the people behind the wheel. Now, all of them
I
are
see
going
what
to go
you're saying.
say, "You're smoking crack, Serge." None of this is going to happen. All the naysayers are about to come in the chat now, so I expect that. Here are the 2026 wish lists from Uber and Lyft driver community, reflecting the real challenges, frustrations, and hopes of millions of gig workers across the country. All right, so let's see if you guys agree. Can you read this one? It's too small for me.
Oh man, you got to work on your cropping here.
Okay, no, okay. The reason I didn't take it from the article itself is because the article is full of ads, and I don't know how to just get around that. So I do. This is my Google Docs original article, actually.
Gotcha. All right. Well, number one is transparent and stable earnings.
Yeah,
You want
and
me to
number
read the whole
two.
thing or just
No, you don't need to, but you can do the bullet points if you like, maybe.
sure? So in 2026, drivers want clear per mile and per minute rates, transparent fare breakdowns, and hidden adjustments that reduce earnings, and honest communication before pay changes are implemented. Number two is
Um,
a driver bill of rights. So that would include a clear process before deactivation, the right to appeal with a real human review, protection from fraudulent rider complaints, and transparency around safety related decisions.
Now, the companies will say we have done a lot about these things, about transparent and stable earnings. No, earnings are very volatile in the rideshare world, especially after upfront fares. And the driver bill of rights could be expanded, obviously, but I think the fact that I still get, Chris, 25 to 30 emails a week of help, crying for help because they got deactivated because they think I can do something about it, still shows that there is a problem and some people are falling through the cracks for doing nothing. That's why I would tell you guys, go get a freaking dash cam.
Mhm.
So number three.
So number three is fair compensation for wait time and dead miles. So waiting for passengers, sitting in airport queues, driving to pickup locations, and traveling back from remote drop offs. Um,
That needs to get fixed somehow.
Yep. So 26 drivers want a minimum guarantee rate for pickup distances, compensation for long waits at airport or event venues, better pay for trips that take drivers far outside the city. And number four is improved safety tools for faster emergency response. So faster 911 integration, automatic incident recordings, and better identity verification for passengers, immediate support after safety reports.
Yep.
One thing I always say is work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, then you may be working harder. So let's change that. Download the app, link your accounts where you can manage your income, track your expenses, and project your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download Solo and begin to work smarter, not harder today. Link is in the description. All right, let's get back to it.
Let's go
And
to
the
number
next one, number five.
five is a real loyalty program for high rated and long tenured drivers. So something like a driver with 20,000 trips gets paid the same. So should have something like uh, higher base rates for top performers, priority access to longer or higher value trips, bonuses for maintaining exceptional ratings, discounts on gas maintenance or insurance.
You know, a lot of drivers, Chris, care about their rating, right? And unfortunately,
Mhm.
I emailed them back saying you're not getting paid more to have a 5.0, and they're proud of their ratings, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going like, so if the company should understand that
Your
and
rating
say,
don't
okay,
tell
you
you
know,
that.
here's a little like a little candy for having a 5, or maybe quarterly bonus. If you keep between 490 and 5 and you do 300 trips a quarter or 500 trips a quarter, if you kept there, here's a few $100 or something. I'm going
Mhm.
to work on this really hard. This part, I'm going to work on this really hard this year, or stock options, or whatever the heck it is. The better drivers need to get paid more. Period. That's it.
Well, I mean, better drivers should, because if you think about it, just look at a cost standpoint from a company. If you have there's 3 types of drivers out there. You have a good driver who is, real well at what they're doing, and I'm talking about just driving in general. They drive like grandmas in the car, okay? So, they're gonna make a good experience, but they're also a lower risk. So, if a lower risk comes to you, that means your insurance rates would be lower for that particular driver. And don't tell me they're not getting down to the per driver basis when it comes to insurance rates. It's not a blanket. They're definitely be able to lump drivers into a particular segment when it comes to commercial insurance rates. And
Yeah.
if you have a good driver who is driving well, that's lower risk, but it's lower risk to the company. It's more profitable for a better driver. Share the
Yeah.
profit. Then you have a bad driver. Now, they're not a horrible driver. We'll get to that in a second. But you have the bad driver who, couple accidents, not really good behind the wheel. They're going to be a higher, they're going to be a higher liability to you because they're going to cost you more. And then
Yeah.
you have the drivers that are uninsurable, meaning you can't actually put them on the platform. So if you are a business owner, and this is not Lyft or Rideshare, if you are a business owner and you have vehicles that go to customers' houses, if you are supplying the vehicles, when it comes to insurance, they will take their account into effect of what their previous driving history is. Some people that you may want to hire, you may not be able to hire because they will not actually give them an insurance policy or allow them on your insurance policy if you're supplying cars to them.
Yeah.
So how is this? How would that be any different when it comes to Uber or Lyft?
Well,
So
that's because we're not employees. That's one thing. But
yeah, but I mean, when it comes
I've
down
had
to
this.
you can say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, due to your driving history, you cannot come on the platform." We've seen people that cannot get onto the platform. Maybe they need to do a little bit better. So then you have the good drivers that are on, but the good
I
drivers
look.
should be rewarded versus the
I
bad driver.
think. I think with the pay going south, with expenses going higher, with inflation as it is, as we know, there has to be. At the moment, there is no incentive for a driver unless they are personally taking responsibility themselves to have a cleaner car, a newer car, a nice smelling car, because there's no incentive. It used to be the incentives, they were there. Now there is no incentive.
Mhm.
So incentives may have to readjust it and change. But okay, people, I may reject this and object to this. I believe if you're a 490 to 5 driver over thousands of trips and you're doing this and your results are there, you should get something. You should get a bonus. You should be a quarterly bonus or whatever it is. They have to be incentivized, because the schmuck with a shit car at 465 versus a 499 should not be getting paid the same.
Well, I
And
mean,
Uber and Lyft, as business people, must understand this, that if you put one of your riders, Uber and Lyft, into a 465 car, that's with the bumper falling off, versus a 499 car, the driver car, that rider is going to tend to come back to that service thinking that it is the service that you're providing. So I'm thinking this is like a no-brainer, man. So I'm going to
mhm.
work hard on this year. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right. Drive smart, everyone.